Hello, everyone. So, I'm doing another review today, and this one is going to be on Married to Medicine. Now, Married to Medicine comes on the Bravo Network, and it is a show about Black and African American doctors and doctors' wives and their husbands. And so, it's a really good show. I really like it. It's like a really nice vibe to it. Last episode was about the girls all going to Vegas on a retreat, and what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? And so this particular episode that just came out last Sunday, it started off with Anila and her husband having a conversation about her mother coming to live with the family, and so that they can have a new nanny because their nanny decided to not be no longer be a nanny anymore. And so they were just going over some house rules because apparently Anila's mom, she pretty much doesn't have any boundaries. And so the husband decides that he wants to create house rules. And so one of the house rules is that they need to wash their hands before and after they eat or just after they eat because apparently it's something about them that they don't wash their hands. And so I found that really odd. Like I really didn't like that because I'm a neat freak. I got hand sanitizer right here, and I'm always washing my hands and using hand sanitizer. And so if they have to make that a rule as to if you got to wash your hands or not, since they have to make hand washing an actual rule, that means that they don't wash their hands regularly. And so to that's just gross to me, and I really didn't like that part. How they had to like basically say that they had to force their parents to wash their hands. And so the next scene is pretty much Toya and Jean, and it's they're talking about their son gets accused of stealing some Xbox card around all his friends or whatever. And from what I could observe, maybe it was all white friends, and this is like black kid, and it just kind of like added fuel to the fire. Like they're accusing him of stealing the Xbox card. I don't know if he really stole it or not, but I want to give the kid the benefit of a doubt and say no, he didn't steal it, and it's just it's just messed up that those types of kids have to go through that. And so Toya was just basically saying like she just wants to protect her kids, and so does Eugene. Everybody wants to protect their kids, and to get accused of stealing, that's not right. But unfortunately, that's the stuff that goes on with kids. Kids steal and take stuff that doesn't belong to them. But I don't think that that's right. And so next up, we got Dr. Heavenly visits Dr. Jackie's clinic, and she's like pretty much premenopausal and stuff. And so she's basically just or treatment rather for her menopause, and that's when Jackie invites her to and the girls to go get O shots. And an O shot is to help women have better. I'm not gonna say it out loud. I'm just gonna mouth it. And so also Heavenly mentions that her mom's health is declining, and that's really unfortunate. If your mom's health is declining, it's probably going to have an effect on your mood and just how you feel in general. It's going to make you feel sad, and it's going to make you maybe react to things differently. Okay, so what happens next is Anila's mom and dad comes to the house and gets the house rules, and they're just simply not having it. In fact, Anila's mom just rips up the rules right in front of them. So it's just kind of real nasty to me. Like, you guys is not wanting to agree to wash your hands. Ew. Like, I wouldn't even allow nobody to come to my house that thought like that and think that that was okay. But hey, to each his own. And so, what happens next is there is a dinner at Simone and Cecil's house. And there ended up being some confrontation between Heavenly's husband, Dr. Damon, and Contessa. And so Contessa is basically saying that Dr. Damon was calling out his own wife, but he was calling out the group, but he was really talking about his own wife. And so somehow Heavenly ends up telling her to shut the F up. And after that, Contessa says, she says right back, you shut the F up. And then Dr. Damon, he's just like, after that, he feels very disrespected, and him and Dr. Heavenly walk away from the table. And so he really just like starts to go in on Dr. Heavenly in the car and basically like showing his true side, because we really don't see Dr. Damon doing nothing. Like, he's really like cool as a cucumber the whole time, but he really got to show his side. And Dr. Heavenly, she shut her mouth real quick with her husband. Kind of like, he didn't like raise his voice, but he like kind of like was opinionated with it, like, with some bass in his voice. And so that made him go listen even more, or that made her listen even more, rather. And she was able to, get the message. And Contessa had made a comment, and this is kind of funny because I watched these shows in my minivan, and she was like, I can't live in a minivan, and I just couldn't do it. And it was just funny to me because I'm thinking, like, it's not that bad. I'm not saying I live in my minivan, but I chill in there a lot, and I got it set up to where it's chillable, and I can go different places and stuff. My favorite place is to pull up by the lake and watch the Married to Medicine Wives. So it is what it is, Contessa. You wouldn't like it. You wouldn't know until you try it. I know you used to a huge mansion, a whole bunch of money and stuff, and get whatever you want and everything you like, but nothing wrong with a minivan, boo. I just found that funny that I was watching a show from a minivan and she made that comment. But yeah, that's basically it. I won't really drag this review on too much, but I plan on doing reviews on the show and to really just like kind of just give my opinion as to what happens, because I'm watching these shows anyway, so I might as well contribute to some sort of, my input as to what's going on. And that's it.